So it's been very difficult to want to make videos because we have to deal with this. And I just don't know how to deal with life after Febas. Hello and welcome back to The Real Deal. Today we have got two games for you. Athletic Bilbao in the second leg of the Copa del Rey semi-final and then Cadiz in the league. Not much has happened since you were last here. We played one game against Tenerife, a 1-1 draw at home to them, which on the face of it doesn't look that good, but considering they beat us 3-0 earlier in the season, they are overachieving this season more than we did last season. They got promoted last season, I believe. They're one of the teams that got promoted last season, won the league last year. They currently find themselves 8th. They were 7th when we played them, and they were up in the European Champions League places for a little while as well. So they're overachieving more than we were last season. So that's kind of what we're up against in that last game. So 1-1 draw, actually, probably a decent result. I can't help but think, though, would we have won it if we'd had Febas with us? I mean, I'm actually gutted still that he left last episode. He's played one game, 6.8 rating. Pretty standard for them, of course. I'd love to have him back. I would try and get him back on loan or something, but of course our transfer window finishes before they could even make the offer and things like that. So it's a bit annoying, but we'll have to sort of deal with it now, I suppose. Other than that, there's no real news, so we're going to jump straight into today's game. We're going slightly more attacking with today's formation. We're 2-1 down on aggregate, of course, so we have to go out and attack, basically. We have to go out there, really fight and try and get a few goals. So that's what we're going to try and do today with this more attacking formation. So Burke keeps his place in goal. Acosta moves to the left-hand side of defence because, where is he? Not Hackman. Where is he? I know he's back now, Varela. He was suspended, actually, but he is now back from injury. So Varela can come back at left back. George and Claytazar in the centre of defence with David Cameron making his return on the right-hand side of the pitch. Ruiz and Sunset start in the middle of midfield with Adzic and Rojas on the wings with Salai as the attacking playmaker in behind De Thomas, who's going to be our striker today. So of course we're playing in Bilbao today. Kickoff's upon us, and of course Bilbao playing this ridiculous square pitch. I'll zoom in as much as possible, but it's a bit annoying. Now we're in a very similar situation to last season, of course, when Bilbao were beating us on aggregate. And then we came back and started beating them on away goals, and they scored in the last minute to win the game. So very similar situation. We've been like this before. We know what to do. And I think I've got confidence in us to do well today. So Thomas has an early shot not going in the back of the net, unfortunately. Bilbao are a decent side. Of course they are. But I feel like we can really take the game to them. We won 4-2 in their own ground a couple of weeks ago, actually, in between episodes and things like that. So I've got the confidence that we're going to do it. They did go 2-0 up in that game before we went and scored our goals. So we'll have to see about that, of course. Right now, though, they are attacking and they've very nearly scored there. I think the ball bounced off the post, back off onto Burke's back, then back on the post again. That looked like a pretty dangerous attack there. They've got the corner from it and it comes in. Cleared, though, only as far as the guy taking the corner. Benyat puts it back in the middle, and again, we've managed to get rid of it. Reaching the final would be absolutely incredible. I still haven't checked, actually. If we lose the final, do we get the place, or does it go to 7th place in the league? I'm not quite sure, actually, still. Hopefully, we get the place, of course. I'd love to be playing Europa League football next season. That would really help us, I think, and get... Oh, my goodness, what an own goal that was. That was absolutely ridiculous. Their goalkeeper just watched it go in the back of the net. I'll tell you what, we will take that all day. All right then, 1-0 against Bilbao. As it stands right now, are we going through on away? No, we're not going through on away goals because they scored 2, didn't they, away from home. So we have to grab another one to make sure we do go through to the final. So there's still a lot of work to do in this game. Coming forward though now are Athletic Bilbao in behind the defence. Well, we're now going to score 2 goals to even stand a chance of going through. So come on then, boys, let's try and do it. Bit annoying that we just switched off completely there. I think we're a bit too giddy after having the goal scored for us, essentially. So we need to try and work a little bit harder now in the attacking third, try and get a few more bodies up there. I mean, we're doing pretty well. Ronald Thomas is always a fantastic dribbler on the ball, really knows how to get around his players, and I don't think we use him as much as we probably should do. I think we try and put all our eggs in Lozano's basket, but we'll have to try and work something out now as we come forward once again. Sunset on the ball. Salai into Raul Thomas, who has another cracking shot, this time saved by the goalkeeper in spectacular fashion. Corner comes in, it goes to Salai on the edge of the area, who works it back in, but it's cleared both times he tries to put it back in the area. and now it is properly cleared. Half time though, and we need to get back in this. Real Madrid beating Barcelona 2-0, so it's 6-4 in aggregate there, which is pretty exciting. Right here though, we need to do something to get into that final against one of those two sides. Aggressively, we owe Bilbao after our last match. A few players look motivated there. Most of the side look motivated, which is quite good. Hopefully they'll carry that motivation through into the second half, really start to make them pay. Otherwise, I think we're going to have to make a few changes. And I don't want to leave it too late. I don't want to leave it too late. Rollheiser, Slight and Thomas all sitting on a 6.4. If we don't score by the 55th minute, I reckon we make quite a few changes to our attackers. Penna now coming forward into their man. They've got the penalty. To be fair, Cameron had to make the challenge there. If he didn't, Bilbao were definitely scoring that goal. San Jose to take it. That's rocket penalty, to be fair, scores it. So it's 4-2 on aggregate to Bilbao. 2 goals for us will let us go through on away goals as things stand, which is good. But I think now is the time to make the changes that we need to make. And we're going to bring Lozano on for De Thomas. And we're going to bring on Diaz, who's the striker we got on loan. He's not played too much, but we're going to bring him on as well. He likes to be a trequartista. We'll bring him on like that. Rollheiser not played amazingly well either. So we are going to bring on Cantel, what your name is, on that wing. 3 changes all at once. A little bit more attacking as well. Let's actually go more attacking as well in this bit. Tell the boys to push forward. This is it. This is it. We've got to try and make this work now. If this doesn't work, then I mean, obviously we're out of the competition. That's what happens if we don't turn things around now. Cantel on your name. Cantel on the ball. Either way, it somehow went through to Diaz, then into to Ruiz, Gene Ruiz. And we have clawed 1 goal back. It's 2-2 on the scoreline, 4-3 on aggregate. 1 more goal will do it for us. 1 more goal, and then we can get to the final, and that'll be something. So Benya on the ball now for Athletic Bilbao, coming forward. Benya into Pena. I mean, they've all got the weird accents. I think it's like more of a y sound than a n sound. But I could be completely wrong. The ball forward to Diaz looked decent, but San Jose managed to get in there and make the interception. Though Ruiz has picked up the loose ball. Lozano now on the ball with men with him. The ball to Sunset was just a little bit too much, and Chaletakar clears it out to George. Although Adzic puts it in. Oh, I thought that could have been a free kick or penalty on the edge of the area though from that tackle, but it wasn't. The way he seemed to pause and fall over and stall. But Lozano's on the ball now. Puts his cross in. Diaz is there. It froze on my screen then, so I wasn't quite sure if I should celebrate or not. But Helder Diaz, the boy on loan, scores his first goal for Oviedo. And what a time it is to score your first goal for the club. Oh, no. You cannot make this up. You cannot make this up. Berke Urza has picked up an injury. The most ridiculous thing about this is this happened twice in the Lincoln Loco save, twice in massive cup games that we had to win. This happened twice in the Lincoln Loco. It's now happened. I literally cannot believe this. Right, well, who is the best person in goal? Goalkeeper rating 2, Lozano. I mean, it's usually out of 3, 2. Adzic, what's he got? 3. I reckon Adzic could be a guy to go in goal for us now. Can't tell what your name is, has got 3. No, we just need the biggest person in goal. I mean, Duya Chaletakar has got a 3 and he's pretty big. George is even bigger and got a 3 goal. I reckon we put George in goal. It's got to be George in goal, which means Ruiz can kind of play centre-back, which is kind of good. He can move back there. We're going to have to move back our wingers. Sunset's going to have to go in the middle on his own. I mean, but we'll just put Berke there out of the way for now. I mean, we have to bring Lozano back. Yeah, I guess Lozano's going to have to come back and just sort of help out a little bit more. We'll have to go for that. I mean, this is actually ridiculous. We've got 15 minutes to hold on with 10 men and no real goalkeeper. Which I mean, as I say that, they get a highlight straight away. So, fair play. Congratulations. Oh, they've nearly scored. I was about to say congratulations Bilbao on scoring the goal there to take you through to the final. I swear that if we can hold on for the rest of this game, it will be a moment to remember as... I mean, that wasn't even a good shot, was it? That wasn't even a good shot. I mean, they're gonna do it again, aren't they? Munayen on the ball, Sunset with a save. George, I mean, he just kicks it. He's a defender. He's got no passing on him. He just kicks it, doesn't he? He's got no distribution. And there we go. Very nearly another one. As it stands right now, this formation isn't going to help. So we may as well just absolutely go for it. Let's go overload. Let's go a bit. Well, we can't really go fluid, can we? Because we've got not enough men to do that. Let's just do that. Sunset is the one man in the middle who's going to be doing everything for us right now, and hopefully we'll score 2 goals. Oh, there we go. That we are now completely out of it. So good luck, Bilbao, in the final. Roma, Man City, and now Bilbao. They're three teams we've played where we've had big injuries to a goalkeeper. I mean, there's any consolation. There's 5 minutes of added time, so there's still chance for us to grab 2 goals. It's not looking likely as Varela punts the ball forward, and here come Athletic Bilbao again. Lopez just had to chip him, really. He went with power, but had to chip the goalkeeper because he was way out of position. There was George. It's a shame as well because George was on an 8.3 before he went in goal. He's still on 8.3 now, but he was on an 8.3 before he went in goal. He's man of the match today completely, and yet we feel victimised here, and right now victimised again because that's a 3rd goal they've scored now. Oh, we've actually pulled one back. I was like daydreaming out the window, not really looking there. There we go. Diaz gets another one. It's been a good day for him as well, to be fair. On another day, we were going to the final. In a parallel universe, we're going to the final, but in this one, we're not, unfortunately, as the clock ticks down. Well, I feel victimised by Football Manager. I mean, I'll do whatever the assistant tells me to there. I feel victimised. It is a dislocated shoulder and he's out for 2 to 3 months, which probably will be the rest of the season. So I want to show you that your place in the team is safe after you return from injury. He's happy with that. I'm glad someone's happy about something. It's not even... I mean, yeah, as it stands, Juan Carlos is the only player who could take his place. Apparently the other replacement is Martin Gonzalez Garcia, 16 years old, 1.5 star current. I mean, yeah, this is a good goalkeeper that we've got. We've got 2 very, very good youth goalkeepers. Aitor, that we spoke about a lot last episode, and this guy. This guy potentially could be better because he's already 1.5 star current ability and doing very well for himself. Aitor potentially could come in. But it's, I mean, we may as well just use Juan Carlos, if I'm honest with you. He's only probably a little bit better than Aitor and this other guy now, Juan Carlos. But he's got a bit of experience and he might be better suited, I don't know. We'll get him playing in the under-19s game today so he can actually get a bit of match sharpness into him for the Cadiz game. I mean, luckily, we're playing Cadiz at the bottom of the table. So you'd kind of hope that we'd have a bit more about us in this upcoming game, but... at the same time, you can almost guarantee they're going to win this now. Well, he's done well there. He's kept a clean sheet against Portugalete, whatever this team called. He's kept a clean sheet against the under-19s, so he's ready for action. He is ready for Khedive. Is good old Juan Carlos. Right, well, life after Febas continues. Julio Diaz, get yourself in goal instead of Berke Urza. No, not Julio. What am I talking about? First of all, I don't know who Julio Diaz is, or where. Julio Diaz is, of course, our young defender on the bench. I was thinking of Helder Diaz for whatever reason. Juan Carlos in goal, please, and Julio Diaz back on the bench. I don't know why he's orange underneath his arms compared to everyone else, or so much more orange. You know what? I think I'm going to keep the lineup the same, which is a lie. I'm bringing Julio Diaz on for Chaletazar. Give him a little bit of a run out today. Although we probably do need a strong defence with Juan Carlos in goal, who apparently wants to be a sweeper keeper. I didn't realise he was that. I mean, having a sweeper keeper on attack does not seem sensible to me. So we're going to keep him as a goalkeeper instead. Julio Diaz is actually looking quite tired. But we're going to give him the game time today. I don't care. I've literally passed the point of caring right now. We're going to go out there and we're going to win today. Right, kickoff is upon us. We are away from home. Khedive are the home side today. But bottom of the table, Khedive, I reckon we should be seeing them off comfortably. Now, I think we're like the last game to kick off over this weekend or something like that. As Varela is on the ball, puts it into Adzic, saved by the goalkeeper. I think with the last game to kick off, so we could move up to 10th potentially, and then be a couple points off those European places. So we're still not massively behind in the European places, which is good, obviously. It would be nice to be in the cup final and try and get European football through that. But we still got time to challenge for European places within the league structure and things like that. It's going to be a massive ask to get there, but it is possible. Raul Thomas on the ball and puts it out towards Adzic, who's got a chance to put a cross in, hit the post, I think, in the end, or something like that, bounce clear, and it's probably going to be the end of the opportunity there. But I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. 7 shots to their 0 shots. If we keep this kind of stuff up, goals are bound to come. Salai on the ball coming down this right-hand side now. He's got bodies in the middle. Thomas is there. Adzic is there. I think he got nodded on by Raul Thomas onto Adzic, and he opens the scoring here for us against Khedive. We move to the 10th position, as I said we might do. Of course, it's on head-to-head as well. Head-to-head record is. I always forget about Spanish football. It's on head-to-head rather than goal difference. So goal difference, that isn't actually as important as you may think it is. It's that head-to-head record that we need desperately. Goal difference is obviously nice to have, but I do forget it's all head-to-head stuff. As Adzic scores his 2nd of the game, that's his 13th of the season, I think now. He's our top goal scorer, also top assister as well. Although Raul Thomas might have something to say about that with his 2 assists today. But Rolheister now with a cross into Sunset, 3-0. Beautiful stuff. This is what I want to see from us more consistently. Being a bit more ruthless, creating a few more chances, and making some decent plays. Alright, pretty decent first half then. 3-0 up. That is what I like to see. Hopefully more of the same in the second half. If we can get out of negative goal difference, that would be a pretty good way to end the episode. Khedive, though, trying to find a way back into this game as they try and come forward now. And managed to get a man through, actually, in behind the defensive shot, though, unfortunately, was atrocious. Again, Khedive trying to come forward now, down the right-hand side of the pitch this time. A great cross into their man. He was unmarked in the middle. Probably had more time than he thought he did, and absolutely wasted his shot. Tell you what, I'm going to make a change. Roland Salai not playing brilliantly, if we're honest with each other here. So we're going to bring him off the pitch, make him a trequartista, and we're going to bring on Diaz again. I quite liked how he played last game. It's always too early because they like that a little bit more. Obviously, he got 2 goals last game, Diaz, and an assist as well. So, I feel like he's unlucky not to start today's game, actually. Perhaps we should give him the start. But I want to see what he's about. I want to see more of him. I think he's going to be a decent player for us. Hopefully, at the end of the season, he's going to really like us. We put a transfer bid in for him. They accept it. He wants to come here. That would be fantastic. Ruiz on the ball, though, for us now. Puts it forward towards number 10, who would have been Raul Thomas. Doesn't quite get there, of course. And Khedive, once again, causing a few problems in this second half. They're getting men forward, but they're not quite delivering. It's probably their last little final ball, or just last little bit of quality that they're lacking this season. Because they've created a few chances today. So they've just been unlucky this season more than anything, really. But Adzic forward again, looking for his hat-trick, nearly gets it there. Speaking of the man, Adzic on the ball once again, up towards Diaz this time, who can put a decent cross in, although it wasn't actually that good in the end, wasn't that decent. And the ball is cleared through to their number 9 for Khedive, who's caused a few problems today. Alfonso now puts it back. They're passing the ball around very nicely, and they have managed to grab a goal back now. This second half performance hasn't really been that good from us. It's a bit annoying, that. The clock ticks down there these final few seconds. Nothing really happened at all this second. They scored in the second half. They had a few chances, but nothing really happened in the second half at all. We've come out on top. Second half performance wasn't actually that good, and wasn't pleased with the second half. But I'll say that was a good win for us, at least. We did win it 3-1. That's a good result for us, especially after the disappointment of the past few games. So we finished today's episode on 33 points in 10th position. 5 points off Valencia, 6 points off Seville and Villarreal. So really, if we got very lucky, Champions League football is kind of sort of on the cards. We have to play very, very well. We can't really be losing games and things like that now. So I imagine we'll probably finish around this sort of place. I don't think we're going to really get there unless we get a real good burst of form, but you never know. Next episode then, I reckon we're going to do Barcelona and I want to say Atletico Madrid, but that looks like international break in between them. But I know that Regen Day is going to come out somewhere between Barcelona and Atletico Madrid. So I reckon we do Barcelona and Atletico Madrid next episode, just for all the Regen and stuff like that. So although there's disappointment in today's episode and life after Febas isn't looking great right now, it's starting to get better. If you've enjoyed today's episode, make sure you do drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. And I will see you next time for some more Real